US F-35 will go to Syria to prove the F-35 combatability. The F-35B is set to make its first combat deployment aboard the amphibious assault ship USS Essex as part of the 13th Marine Expeditionary Unit, which will soon head towards the Middle East. It's a big deal not only for CENTCOM but for the Marine Corps, Lieutenant Colonel Jaime Merces, Chief of Plans at Marine Corps Forces Central Command, said in a statement on April 4. This is the newest and most lethal aircraft that the Joint Force has, and the fact that it's coming into the CENTCOM theater and potentially seeing some combat operations is a big deal. A military option would also afford the Marine Corps an opportunity to prove the F-35B in combat. Russia's anti-air system. Given the presence of Russian forces in Syria equipped with potent area air defense systems including the powerful S-300V4 and the S-400, the F-35's stealth and sensors could be particularly useful during combat operations over Syria. What the F-35B gives you is multi-role capabilities, so now you have one aircraft that can do a broad range of capabilities and do it to a level that none of the legacy aircraft have been able to do to this day, Mrs. said. Particularly useful will be the F-35's potent sensor suite, which will be essential to ensure that U.S. forces do not accidentally engage Russian military forces, which could lead to a much wider and much more dangerous. The F-35B is more than just an aircraft, Mrs. said. It's a system of systems that's flying, it's got sensors and anti-axis aerial denial capabilities. Russian Nebenzi noted that the danger of escalation is very real because of the proximity of US and Russian forces in Syria. The danger of escalation is higher than simply Syria, because our military are there on the invitation of the Syrian government, Nebenzi said. Escalation in the event of a US strike on Syria is a worry for US Secretary of Defense James Mattis too. On a strategic level, it's how do we keep this from escalating out of control, if you get my drift on that, Mattis told the House Armed Services Committee on April 12. Meanwhile, Trump said that despite his April 11 tweet, military action may or may not be imminent. Never said when an attack on Syria would take place. Could be very soon or not so soon at all. Trump tweeted on April 12. Moreover, the United States does not have direct evidence of the chemical attack or who perpetuated it. I cannot tell you that we have evidence, even though we have a lot of media and social media indicators that either chlorine or sarin was used, Mattis said. Mattis seemed to indicate that the United States is holding off on an attack until there is proper verification of claims made by the Syrian rebels. I believe there was a chemical attack. We're looking for the actual evidence, Mattis said. Indeed, the president himself seemed to indicate that he is backing away from his earlier threats and is taking a longer, more reasoned look at the situation. But we're looking very, very seriously, very closely at that whole situation. And we'll see what happens, folks. If the president does make the decision to strike, the United States will likely use cruise missiles, launched from the Ohio-class guided missile submarine USS Georgia, and stealth aircraft such as the Northrop Grumman B-2, Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter to hit Syrian targets while avoiding harm to Russian forces. A military option would also afford the Marine Corps an opportunity to prove the F-35B in combat. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.